Today, we're building an AI automation that analyzes any YouTube video and generates content ideas for you. I'll copy a YouTube URL, paste it into this spreadsheet, and in seconds, get a full transcription, visual analysis, and create video ideas based on the original YouTube video. So imagine you're scrolling on your phone and you pull up the YouTube app and you see a video idea that you like. Simply just copy that link and then paste it into the spreadsheet, and then that will trigger the automation to run. So this is what we're building today and what the automation is going to do. So anytime you take a YouTube URL and paste it into your spreadsheet, it's going to trigger the automation. We're going to use Google Gemini to transcribe the entire video with timestamps, and then also analyze all the visual elements and scenes of the video. And then once we have the transcript and the visual elements, we'll send both of that to OpenAI to generate any content themes, video ideas, and production plans for you and maybe your video editor. And then we'll deliver everything back into your spreadsheet, organized and ready to use. So this automation is perfect for YouTube creators and anyone who wants to study any successful videos in their niche, marketing agencies as well for analyzing any competitors' content, as well as personal brand builders, anyone that's looking for content inspiration, and then anyone who wants to understand what kind of makes these YouTube videos engaging as well and get an analysis from there. So imagine when you're watching a YouTube video and you get halfway through and you realize that this is actually pretty good content that I would like to post or use as inspiration to post as well. And this is the best solution I've found to basically have a visual recognition of it and also get the transcript of it. So imagine it like a content strategist who is looking at the video and listening to it and grabbing its transcript and the visual breakdown of the YouTube video, like what's being presented, or if it's a screen share or any visual assets. AI will be able to pull that video transcription and video visual analysis and then give you a complete summary and report of that video that you just watched on YouTube. Okay, so let's dive into the tutorial on how to build this. It's only 6 nodes here, so we can make this a pretty quick tutorial. And what starts the automation is in a Google Sheets trigger, where we've obviously connected our Google accounts, and then we have set the poll time to just review every minute, or we could do every hour. And then we've selected our spreadsheet, and then the sheet that we're going to be using from, and any columns to watch. And so what does that spreadsheet look like? It's a very simple spreadsheet where anytime we paste in a YouTube URL, it'll go ahead and trigger the automation, and then we'll get the visual analysis of what was happening inside that video, also the entire transcript with timestamps. And then we're going to feed both this into AI to give us a comprehensive analysis and action plan on how we can leverage this video idea for our own content. Okay, so going back to n8n, let's do a quick demo of how this would work. So we would go in, let's just say we found this Alex Hormozi video, and this is on how to do a sales pitch, right? We'll just look through quickly just to understand like this video. It's just Alex Hormozi in front of a table, right? And has a whiteboard in the background and is just explaining on how to do a sales pitch, right? And so what we do is we would copy this URL, go back to our spreadsheet, paste this URL in, and it'll go ahead and trigger the automation on the back end. Okay, so we've pasted in our YouTube URL. It's grabbed the transcript from that YouTube video, and now it's doing a visual analysis of that video. And then once that's finished, it's going to parse those results into an OpenAI node that we've prompted to generate any new ideas, and then update that row back into the spreadsheet with the visual analysis and the transcription and the generate new ideas that we've created. Okay, so let's go into each node and then show you the configuration. So first, it starts with the Google Sheets trigger node. We've connected our Gmail account, and then we've had this poll every minute. We can change this to every hour if you want to. And then we've selected the Google Sheet that we need. And then the trigger is going to be on row updated. And then we're going to include the new version in the output. And the column to watch, we're going to have as YouTube URL. And then what does this spreadsheet look like, right? For the columns, we're adding the YouTube URL, the YouTube visual analysis, the YouTube transcription, and the AI analysis. And then moving into the next node, which is an HTTP request node. And basically this is calling Gemini via API. And I'll show you how to set this up. So there's a couple ways you can set this up with. I found the easiest way is to basically grab the URL that we need and then enter in our API key in here. And I'll show you how this can be set up as well. And then we also have the JSON body, which is needed to basically take the YouTube URL and give it to Gemini for the transcription. And what you're going to do is, if you haven't already, you're going to go to Google's AI Studio, and then you're going to either create a new API key, and then you'll be able to copy that API key down here, and then copy this HTTP URL, paste it into this URL here, and just replace your API key in this area. And then we're going to send the headers as using fields below, content-type, application/JSON. And then another resource that we're going to use from Gemini for filling out the JSON body is that we're going to go to Google AI for developers and click on the video understanding module. And in here, we'll go on the REST option. And then all we'll need to do is copy this code here and paste it into our HTTP body node. And we'll have the correct JSON body to send to Gemini. And then we have a similar step for the YouTube visual analysis. The same URL can be applied here for the generative language Google APIs. And then we'll paste in our API key and then select authentication as done, since we're already sending that API key in the URL. And then send headers. We're going to be using fields below, content-type, application/JSON, and then a similar JSON body structure as well, where we'll be entering our prompt here just to describe visually what's going on this video in great detail and to describe the entire video. I found this simple prompt works best, but we can, update this prompt or enhance it even further. And then what I've done is that I've pulled the Google Sheets trigger item.json, which is basically we're just pulling the YouTube URL and importing it into here so that Gemini can give that visual analysis of that YouTube video. And then once both the transcription and the visual analysis have been grabbed from Gemini, we will just use a simple set field node. And the fields to set are the transcription and the YouTube visual analysis. And we've simply just grabbed the Gemini visual analysis YouTube video and dragged that here. And then the same thing for the get transcription is we grab the text from the get transcription node and then drag it into there as well. And then the output will look like transcription and YouTube visual analysis. And then we've created an OpenAI node where we've connected our OpenAI credentials, and then resource is text, operation is message a model. We just chose GPT 4.1 mini for now. And then we've entered a prompt here, which is saying you are a YouTube content strategist, helping creators analyze successful videos and adapt any of those ideas for their own channels. And based on this video transcription and visual analysis, we've dragged in the transcription here, and the visual analysis we've also dragged in here. We're saying, please analyze this content and provide the key content themes and hooks. Any video ideas to generate 3 to 5 video concepts we could create inspired by this content, and then a production plan for the best video idea, and to provide a script outline with key talking points, any visual elements and shot suggestions, and any production notes and kind of a timeline of how long it should take. and then any call to action suggestions as well. And then to format that response clearly with headers and bullets for easy reading. So once that's generated, we will basically put that into the Google Sheets, updating a row. Same steps here. We've connected our Google Sheets account. We have selected the sheet that we've been working out of. We've chosen to map each column manually, and the column to match on is going to be the YouTube URL. And what we've done here is that we've just dragged in the YouTube URL, and then the YouTube visual analysis is here, and the YouTube transcription, and then the AI analysis. And then all that information will be pasted into our AI analysis spreadsheet here, and then we'll be able to have the final analysis, which we can use for beginning our new YouTube video idea. And it will create some hooks and then video ideas inspired by this content, and then a production plan for the best video idea that we can use for this. And then also a script outline with key talking points, any visual elements that you'll need for your video editor or just for you filming, and then some production notes and a little timeline of how long this can be expected to take you in order to produce this video, and then any call to action suggestions and a whole summary as well. Okay, great. Now that we've went through the demo of the system, we can just go ahead and test another YouTube video. Okay, great. We'll just find another Alex Hormozy video. So we'll grab this YouTube URL. We'll go into our spreadsheet and enter it into the YouTube URL column, and then it will go ahead and trigger the workflow. And while this is running, we'll get back to the results. Okay, so in that video, Alex Hormozy is talking about how you could turn $1,000 into $40,000, shows a sign of the $1,000 on a piece of paper, and then says this is about cold email. So you can kind of get an understanding of what to expect in that video and what to expect from the visual analysis and the transcription to be received from the automation. Okay, great. A new row has been added into our spreadsheet talking about this YouTube video here. So yeah, then we have the YouTube visual analysis saying that this video opens up with a medium close-up shot of a man with dark hair pulled back and has a dark beard and is Caucasian. And that's pretty on brand for describing Alex Hormozy there. And then at 1 second, he quickly brings his right hand into the frame, holding up a white sheet of paper that displays $1,000 handwritten in a green marker. So that's pretty impressive that that Gemini was basically able to analyze like in that great detail. And so that can give us a lot of information when trying to create our own videos in the future, or any type of video that you would want to make with that detailed analysis, right? You may not be able to visualize it in the moment, but your eyes are actually seeing all that happen. And that's kind of like what the AI is also doing right here. And so that's an example of the visual analysis. And then the transcription is pretty straightforward, right? We just have the transcription with the timestamps, and then we pumped that into OpenAI to give us that AI analysis and give us a whole strategic content plan based off of that transcript and visual breakdown. And so it gave us new hooks, what made that video engaging, and then any video ideas to be inspired from that video idea, as well as a production plan and a script outline for you as well, and any production notes and et cetera there. So yeah, I'll leave a setup guide in the description. And if this video helped you, subscribe for more AI automation tutorials, and then drop a comment with any type of videos that and then drop a comment if there's any questions, or if you'd like me to build out a further extension of this foundation where we would be able to use this as our YouTube content researcher and YouTube video idea generator for your own channels, if you're looking to create more YouTube videos and streamline that whole process, right? And then in a future video, I can show you how to connect all this to ChatGPT and enhance this automation to automatically write full scripts based on these insights, and then you'll have a full content research and script writing automation just right at your fingertips. So I hope this video was useful, and thank you. I'll see you on the next one.